Let's do perspective grids or whatever. I am becoming increasingly aware of how much my microphone sucks. But anyway, I'm currently working on a much larger tutorial on perspective drawing, but that one's taken a while, so I've decided to take a break from that for a sec and do a quick tip on how to lay down a perspective grid. That's because that part sucks, and it makes people sad, and I don't want people to be sad. I don't want you to be sad. Stop it. Stop being sad. I will find you! The first part of this process is to give yourself a nice horizon line, or as I like to call it, the Groberg Law, and 2 vertical guides way out on the sides of the image. Next, we want to avoid accidentally making the perspective points too close to each other because that'll make things look all warped and weird. So we'll give ourselves a box landmark in the center of the image that matches the look we want. This thing doesn't have to be accurate or clean, it's just a visual aid. Then we're going to take one of these angles on this box and stretch it all the way out to the edges of the page. And we're going to look at the distance between where the points intersect between the vertical line and the horizon and the new line we just made. We're going to take those points and we're going to double the distance and go all the way up and all the way down on both sides and then connect the dots. If you need to, like if you run out of space on the top or the bottom, you can always draw a new vertical guide just to help you divide things even further. And if you need more guides, you can also bisect one of the ones that you already have, and that's perfectly fine. Repeat it on the other side with a different color, and boom, you have a perspective grid that you can work from. If you're pressed for time or you're looking for something a little bit simpler, if you're working traditionally, you can always tape some string off to the side where the vanishing points would be, and then just rotate the string and use that as a guide. And if you're working digitally, you can always either make an asterisk or keep a file that is an asterisk and just drop 2 of those on a horizon line and slide them around as necessary to make a grid. Another way to do it, which I think is a little bit easier, is to just make a standard grid and then transform that into place. So long as the lines on the side are vertical and so long as one of the lines on that grid line up with the horizon line, the rest of them will be accurate. And why would you not do this? Why would you deprive your beautiful self of the wonders of technology? Love yourself! At some point, you may want to start using rulers to clean up your work, and whether they're actual rulers or the kind that come with Clip Studio Paint, the thing to remember is that perspective rulers are only nice in that they ensure that things always move to the same vanishing point, but they're not going to make a good perspective plan for you. So make sure you don't skip the planning stage. As always, I hope you found this helpful, and if you'd like to support me making more of these, check out my Patreon page. There's a link below. I have a tier where pretty soon people will be getting access to private, bigger, and more in-depth tutorials, as well as being able to ask for specific things and so on. As of this video, the tier is pretty new, so there's not a whole lot going on, but that also comes with a bunch of other goodies like work files, monthly art, early access to my webcomic pages, stuff like that. So, yeah, go forth, have fun, enjoy life, draw in perspective. It's alive.